Halloween 4 is one of my favorite entries from the Halloween franchise. The film holds up today for all the awesome things it does. For starters, it has this eerie opening that exemplifies the feeling of melancholic dread along with general fall vibes. It's also key in introducing a new character. Where the first two films focused on Laurie Strode and her encounters with Michael Myers, Halloween 4 focuses on Rachel Carruthers and Jamie Lloyd and the mayhem-filled Halloween night they are set to have with the Boogeyman. With this, today I will be exploring the home media history of Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. We start off with the initial VHS release of the film being in 1989 and being distributed by CBS Fox. I always thought this cover was funny due to how the font on the spine is not the original font and the heavy emphasis of the CBS Fox logo. In conjunction with this release, there was a Laserdisc also released by CBS Fox. As with all Laserdiscs, it's nice to have the artwork featured on a large print, and this release also includes a stereo soundtrack. 9 years later, we got another release by Anchor Bay, and this is a standard release with nothing too different from the previous one. However, in the same year, we got a collector's edition with a widescreen presentation. This was the first time the film was released in widescreen on VHS. Again in the same year, we got the film for the first time on DVD. Anchor Bay released this title with a widescreen presentation, and this release also featured trailers for Halloween and Halloween 4. 3 years later, we got a 2001 release that had this weirdly zoomed-in cover of Michael's face. This version featured the theatrical trailer for the film and a documentary on the making of Halloween 4. When I was a kid, I always got these two versions confused, and I somehow thought I had made up the zoomed-in version of the cover art. In the same year, we got a limited edition tin that was limited to 40,000 units. This release also featured a trailer and the documentary, but also had an exclusive booklet on the making of the film. In 2006, we got another release from Anchor Bay. This was a special Divimax remaster and featured a sepia-toned cover art. This release was also the first time we got commentary tracks with Danielle Harris, Ellie Cornell, and Alan McElroy. We also got a discussion panel video, the Final Cut documentary, and trailers for Halloween 4. In 2010, we got the last DVD release of the film via a 2-pack edition that used the same disc as the previous release and thus had the same special features. 2012 is the year we got our first Blu-ray release of the film. The special features were the same from the previous releases, except this version had a new HD transfer. 2014 is where we saw the 15-disc set from Shout Factory that featured all the films in one pack for the first time. This release had the same special features as the previous releases, but had a new Making of Halloween 4 documentary and a segment from Horror's Hallowed Grounds. It is also notable that this release had an infamous audio sync issue when it was first released, causing replacement discs to be shipped out. This was the definitive release until 2021, where we received a new 4K release of the film. There are no new special features for this one, aside from the new 4K scan and the new audio track. This is the best the film has ever looked, and these screenshots speak for themselves. The black levels are nice, and the colors really pop. And with that concludes our exploration into the Halloween 4 home media timeline. It's amazing to see how far this movie has come, from a humble CBS Fox release with no special features to a jam-packed premium edition with a 4K scan. Halloween 4 has definitely had the upgrade it deserves. Thanks for staying with me while I went over this timeline. Shout out to VHScollector.com for the VHS scans. I will link their website down below. They have lots of amazing stuff down there. I had a fun time making this video, and yeah, I hope everyone has a good night, folks.